Right, so what we're going to do now is cut a basic shape so that you know how to get started with this machine. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll go into patterns again and we'll just choose a basic shape. So let's go down and let's choose a circle, for example. So this one. Now you can change the size here if you want to, all right? So you can just adjust it by using the minus or the plus button. It will go from 3mm to 292. And I say 3mm because that's the height that it needs to be to make a complete rotation. So it does start at 2mm for other shapes, but for a circle, you need 3mm, and think about that when you're doing your cutting. If you want to increase the quantity, you can do so here at this point, and then it will set whatever you've asked it to onto the mat. But for now, what I'm going to do is just set it onto the mat. So you can see there you've got your virtual mat here. Now, if you want to change the size when it's on the screen, what you need to do is, if you want to make it bigger, is move it away from the side slightly because it needs room to expand. And then this top box here that has the shapes in it, this is where you're going to find your resize button. So here, the one with the arrows going horizontally and vertically, is where you can resize. If you decide that you don't want to do that, you can press the back arrow and that will undo it and take it back to where it was. So we'll increase this slightly. I'll have 111. We'll position this on the mat and we press OK. Now what we're going to do is load the mat in. It doesn't matter which way you go. There are registration marks on the mat at both ends, so it will recognise which mat we're putting in. So we're going to put this underneath the rollers so you can't push it in any further. Keep hold of the mat and press this button here, which is your load and unload button. So we're going to load that in. I'm going to just go into my settings again and check that I've got my cut pressure on 1, which is what I need for about a 250 GSM cardstock. I'm going to press OK, OK again, and for a final time, just OK. And then when you see this box here, you choose whether you want it to draw it or cut it. So we're going to cut. This light will then come on and you'll see you've got like a play pause button. So you press that and it will now go ahead and cut out that circle for me. Okay, so now I'm not going to take this mat out, I'm going to leave it where it is, and you can see that we've now got a perfect circle. So what if I wanted to make that circle smaller and fit it into here, for example, in this top corner? What you do is you press OK because you finish cutting and you go back using your back arrow, and then we can resize this circle. So I'm going to go into my resize button again and I'm going to take it down so it's nice and small. So we'll take it down to 20mm, so 2 centimeters. I'm then going to press OK, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this facility here, which is the scanner. So I'm going to scan this piece of card in now, and it will then bring me up a colour picture on the screen so that I can then position the smaller circle exactly where I want to get the most out of my cardstock. So that's what we're going to do now. And this is the unique thing about ScanNCut machines. It's a scanner that's built in and it's a 300 dpi scanner. So I'm now going to move that circle there and I'm going to take it into that top corner. If you want to check that it's in the right position, you're going to go into your zoom button and you can see there more clearly that that's where the circle is. You then just press OK and keep pressing OK until it comes to this mat. Then we press cut and go, and it's now going to cut me a smaller circle out of here. So I'm now going to unload the mat and just show you now that we've got 2 perfect circles, one large, one small, on the same piece of cardstock without any guesswork whatsoever.